Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tawny. I'm just a girl who loves Christian romance books and has made it her entire personality. Today we're going to do an April reading wrap up. So I will go through the 7 books that I read in April, and I will give you just a general commentary about what I thought of them. So let's get into it. So first up, the first 2 books here I actually listened to on audio, but I have the paperback, so I just thought I'd show them to you. The first book I finished was Love for a Lifetime by Mandi Blake. And this was a really sweet friends to lovers romance with Christian themes. And this is set in Blackwater, Wyoming. And this is kind of a spin-off series from her Wolf Creek Ranch series. If you've read that, those are like all cowboys. This guy is an EMT and she is a nurse. And they're both just super lovable, super likable. They do anything for their friends, for their community. And it was just a really sweet romance that I definitely recommend if you want something that's like Hallmarky, but with Christian themes. So definitely recommend that one. That was really cute. And the next book was also by Mandi Blake, and the next book in the series, Love in the Wild. And this one, I struggle because there's so many of her books where I absolutely love the couples, and like I can't pick which one is like my favorite hero, but Gage, he's up there. Like if you're looking for a book with a bad boy, now he's a man, so he's not like a boy, but like a bad boy that stays bad for a majority of the book, you're going to want this. But there's a reason why he's bad, and you don't dislike him because he's bad, if that makes any sense. And the female main character, Hadley, was really likable. We actually meet her in the Wolf Creek Ranch series, but we get to see their relationship unfold, and yeah, it was really cute. So definitely recommend that one. There's also a salvation arc in this one, which I thought was neat. There wasn't a salvation arc in this one, but there was good faith in both of these books, so definitely recommend. The next book is First Love, Second Draft by Becca Kinzer. And this was actually like, I knew I was going to enjoy it. Like I had a feeling I was going to enjoy it, but I wasn't sure how much I was going to laugh at it because I think I've said it here before. I'm not a huge rom-com reader because I have a really weird sense of humor. And so books rarely make me laugh. But I actually laughed out loud multiple times in this book. And I think I've done that like maybe once or twice in other rom-coms I've read, but this one I was laughing a lot. Like apparently she has my sense of humor because I thought it was hilarious. But also it's like 2 romance stories in one, which I was not expecting. And you don't really learn that from the blurb, but I actually really enjoyed that aspect of it. I thought it was a lot of fun, and the main couple I really enjoyed, especially the hero. He was very likable, and he clearly loved the female main character a lot and really put himself out there for her. And it was actually kind of like a marriage restoration story. So I really like that part of it. And he was a baseball player, so a little bit of a sports romance. But the other story, like romantic subplot in there, was her nephew and him and his like old friend from high school. Oh, not girlfriend, but like a girl that was a friend in high school. And you get to see their relationship unfold. And there were some like really funny moments with them. So that was fun. The next one, I know I've talked about this previously. I was reading it at the time. Tempest at Annabel's Lighthouse by Jaime Jo Wright. This one was really good, really twisty, somewhat creepy, not as creepy as some of her other books, but definitely had that like creepy factor. And I mean, it's at a lighthouse, set in a lighthouse, which I thought was actually kind of neat. I've read a couple of books set at lighthouses, but this one was done really well too. But yeah, just seeing how the story unfolded, it was done very, very well. The ending was kind of like and I think it was like the last page, you're like like one of those that it's just like it kind of like hits you and then it like all makes sense, but the lead up to it was really really good. So yes, I recommend this one. This is actually also a sort of marriage restoration story. So these two had some of those themes, and I like seeing that. I feel like that's not a huge thing in fiction, let alone Christian fiction. I think it's really nice and really beautiful to see in Christian fiction. So definitely recommend that one too. And then at the same time, I was reading and listening to Night Falls on Predicament Avenue, also by Jaime Jo Wright. These two books, I was just like in such a reading slump for a while there, and these two books really pulled me out of it. But this one was really interesting. Again, based at a house, not a lighthouse, but a house, and multiple deaths that happened there. And the main story, not the main, the contemporary storyline, like present day, the hero is a true crime podcaster. So it was kind of neat to see that on, in Christian fiction and how it's all twisted without being like done in an ungodly way, if that makes sense. So we do get to see a little bit of a faith arc in this one as well, which I thought was nice. And like especially with the female main character. But there was a couple of other like side plots that enhanced the story overall. And yes, definitely recommend this one. Okay. Now this is an arc I got, like a super early copy of it. So I only have it on my Kindle here, but Reverie by Drew Taylor. This comes out on June 17th. And I love Drew's writing. I've talked about her in the past. I really enjoy her writing. She has really strong Christian themes in her stories that are realistic and raw and gritty and really what I personally want in Christian fiction. And this book was no different. It was Christian women's fiction and romance. The romance was definitely part of the story, but we get to see her journey. She has amnesia and she's forgotten the last 3 years of her life. And I love seeing amnesia done in different ways because it is such a sporadic, like unpredictable issue. And so whenever it's done in different ways, like she woke up from the coma she was in it and she thought she was 23 and she was actually 26. And so there's just like this whole backstory that we don't even have all the answers to because there's going to be more books in the series. But yeah, it was really, really, really good. It was a novel within a novel. So we actually get to see her novel that she's writing because she is trying to become a published author. And she goes on this journey with the hero. And I can't say a whole lot about it without giving stuff away, but just know it was really good. I flew through it. I definitely want a copy for my bookshelf. So as soon as those are available, I will be purchasing them. But you can pre-order it now. You can pre-order it in ebook on Amazon, and paperback, I think on Amazon too, but I know also on Barnes and Noble. So just, yeah, definitely recommend that one. I think if you like if you like Christian romance, you're going to enjoy the book because there's just so many layers to it. I sent her, I don't know how many messages, I like 30 minutes worth of voice messages telling her how much I love the book and like what I loved about the book and how different parts of the book just kind of blew my mind. So yeah, I definitely can't say enough good things about that story. But like I said, it's not coming out till June 17th, but you can pre-order it in paperback or ebook. And I think she has hardback. I don't know if that's actually like accurate, but I'm like 90% sure it was on Amazon that you could get it in hardback too. So if that's something that you're into, there you go. Okay. And the most recent book that I finished was The Curious Inheritance of Blakely House by Joanna Davidson Politano. And this one was so good. Just so good. I did a reading vlog for it, which I am planning on uploading, I don't know, either before this video or shortly after this video. I haven't decided, but this is going to be one where it's not like a Friday upload. It's going to be like a different day. So it might be up like a couple days from when I'm filming, but regardless, there's going to be a reading vlog for this book because going into this book, I knew I was going to enjoy it. Almost like all of the books that I've read by her, which I've read her entire backlist except The Elusive Truth of Lily Temple. I've listened to them all on audio, and they've all been done very, very well. But I wanted to read the paperback of this one, and I'm really glad I did because I got to tab a decent amount of it. So that was fun. And like the tabs that I got to match, I'm not gonna like try and brag, but also in the reading blog you'll see me tab it. But like, I mean, that match is pretty good, right? It's oddly satisfying. So, anywho, yeah, that was the last book I read in April. I kind of came in right under the wire there. So I only read 7 books. It wasn't a super productive reading month, uh, but I'm hoping May will be better. But if not, I just want to enjoy the books I'm reading. I'm not trying to beat somebody else, or like my goal for the year is 80 books, but if I don't hit it, I'm not going to feel like I failed in some way. My goal with reading this year and every year is to enjoy the books I'm reading. So I pick up and put down a lot of books. I put down more books than I talk about because I don't talk about books that I put down because I don't really want to talk about them. I don't really have anything to say at the moment. And a lot of them are books that I know I will go back to when I'm in that right frame of mind. So, anywho, those are the books that I read in April. Have you guys read any of them? If so, please let me know in the comments. And here, let me lift it up. And then this is Reverie. But that's that. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless, and I will see you next time. Bye.